Hey, Cassidy here from Drum Percussion Studio in my home once again. I wanted to talk a little bit today about ways to practice the djembe at home. Now, some of you might have your own djembe at home and that's great, use that. If you don't have a djembe though, a really good thing to use for your practice time is a bucket. So buckets work really well. Of course, they're not going to produce the same sounds that a djembe will, but it'll at least give you that same kind of surface area that you're used to playing on, and it might produce some of the similar sounds. So the bucket is a great way to practice the djembe, even if you don't have a djembe at home. So just like we do in class, sit on some kind of chair or something, a seat or a stool, and then go ahead and put the bucket in between your legs and give it a little squeeze with your knees, just like we do with the real djembes. That way it doesn't fall out of your lap or anything. So of course, just like we play the djembes, we're gonna play our practice bucket using our hands, and we wanna try our best to keep our fingers together as much as possible. And today we're gonna practice two tones. The first tone we're gonna do is the bass tone. So that tone is one, hopefully you already know this, but where we play in the center of the drum head. We're gonna keep those fingers together like I said, and we're gonna try to bounce our hands as much as we can. We don't wanna press into the drum head. That'll kind of squish the sound. It won't make a nice sound. So the bass tones are played in the center, fingers together like this. So now I want to see if you can join me. If you've got a bucket or a real djembe, let's see if we can play some bass tones together. And I want you to say something while you play. You can either say bass, 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 or you might want to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't matter which one you do, just say something while you play. That'll help us stay together. So here we go, just practicing our bass tones. Fingers together, playing in the center of the drum. Set position. 1, 2, ready, go. Bass, 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 bass. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bass, 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 bass. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready. Cool, awesome. So those are the bass tones. Now the second tone that I want to talk about today is the open tone. We're going to do a lot of things the same way as the bass tone. We're still going to try to keep our fingers together. We're still going to try to bounce our hands as much as possible, but we're going to slide so that we're kind of more on the edge or the closer to the rim of the drum head. And we're really mostly using kind of this part of our hands, our fingers, to produce this sound. So our open tone is going to sound like this. Open tone, open tone. You can say that, or you might want to say 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Whichever you prefer, but just try to say something while you play. All right, so here we go, practicing just some open tones. 1, 2, ready, go. Open tone. Awesome. So it's a little bit of a review of the bass and the open tones. Now I want to see if we can kind of combine these two tones into some different rhythms. The first rhythm I want to try is going to sound like this. It's going to be bass, bass, open tone. Bass, bass, open tone. Bass, bass, open tone. Or you might want to count 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So whichever one you like to do, saying the tones or counting, let's try that together over and over again. I'll tell you when to stop. Set position, we'll start at set position over our bass tone in the center. 1, 2, ready, go. Bass, bass, open tone. Bass, bass, open tone. Bass, got that one. So maybe you want to practice that one a little bit more after this video is over. Let's try another rhythm pattern together. This time, I want to see if we can play this rhythm. We're going to play bass, open, bass, open, bass, open. Or if you're counting, it'll be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Cool. So let's try that one out a little bit together. Here we go. Set position. 1, 2, ready, go. Bass, open, 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 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, ready, and stop. Awesome. So those are 2 rhythms that I'd like for you guys to practice on your real djembe, or like me, on your practice bucket. Kind of putting together those 2 tones, the bass tone and the open tone. So get to work. If you want to rewatch this video and do it again, that would be awesome. But now that you've got some rhythms to play around with, maybe you want to turn on metronome, turn on a song, and practice those different patterns kind of on your own time. So see you next time.